You're watching WENY HD News with Jennifer Sheehan, Ben Wilcox, Chief Meteorologist Joe Veras, and Sports with Josh Gitzoff.
6 inches of sewage back up into a local home. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Sheehan.
And I'm Ben Wilcox. Thanks for choosing WENY HD News at 11. I was out at that home earlier tonight in West Elmira that was flooded during yesterday's heavy rains.
While the residents have begun the cleanup process, they are now looking to the county and insurance company for help.
Neighborhoods worth of feces, toilet paper, and other sewage flooded this house on Ferndale Drive yesterday.
Walked downstairs and we saw a huge puddle of water coming out of the bedroom downstairs. Opened the door, there was all over.
The flood is believed to be caused by a sewage blockage that caused the water to flow downhill and into the home's piping.
The toilets were all coming up. There was feces sitting on top of the toilets, and it's from the whole entire neighborhood. We don't even know whose feces it was.
The Abrunzo family tells me this pile of debris here represents about 25% of the things lost during the flood. The other 75% is still in the house.
I mean, there was human feces up on the walls, windows. There's about, 6 inches to a foot in the basement. In the upstairs bathroom, it was flooding out through the entire house.
Joe Sabin's grandmother has lived at the home for several years. He says she lost almost everything she had in the flood.
Pictures, a lot of sentimental stuff with real sentimental value. My bedroom is completely gone.
And if that's not bad enough, the family has run into issues with both the county and their homeowner's insurance. The family says that both entities say because the house does not have a mandatory backflow preventer, a system that prevents contamination from uphill waters, the county nor the insurance company are responsible for the damage.
She's very emotional about it. I mean, she's pretty much homeless. She lost everything.
We'll be reaching out to the county sewage department tomorrow to see what, if anything, they have to add.
Well, good news with our weather situation tonight. We are looking at quiet weather conditions across our Twin Tiers. Quick look at the latest radar map is showing again that flash flood watch that was in effect has been allowed to expire. Just a spotty shower or two possible as we go through the overnight period, but most are dry at this hour, although it's still very muggy out there. 71 degrees our current temperature, relative humidity at 93%. Pressure is falling off a bit and winds are currently calm. Other area temperatures, 73 in Ithaca, 71 in Wellsboro. Towanda coming in with a temperature of 73 degrees. New Albany at 69 and up in Lakemont, 71. First forecast for the rest of tonight, we are calling for mainly cloudy skies. Slight chance for a shower down to 66 degrees, so it stays mild all night long. And then for tomorrow, hazy sunshine, chances for some more showers and thunderstorms, some of which could produce locally heavy amounts of rainfall. 5-degree guarantee, 81. Look at your 4th of July forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, well, thank you, Joe. Eldridge Park managers are hard at work making sure the park will be open tomorrow. Heavy rainfall has caused the cafe and museum at the park to flood. The lake overflowed more than 6 inches. The park manager says they didn't lose expensive equipment, but lost thousands in inventory. He says they can really use the money from the America's Favorite Park contest they're competing in.
We're in a solid 4th position right now, but only the first 3 positions are guaranteed prize money. We are going to have some damage here, and that would go a huge, huge way of getting us back on our feet completely.
There are 3 prizes plus a wild card ranging from $25,000 to $100,000. For more information on how to vote, visit our website at WENY.com.
Well, the rains have also caused the Susquehanna River to rise, and it's flirting with flood stage. Some low-lying areas in the Sayre-Waverly area could see minor basement and field flooding. You can see the river moving swiftly near this park in Sayre this afternoon. No major flooding is expected, though the river will rise above flood stage and crest later this week. People living in areas not protected by the levees could see some minor flooding. And remember, if you see water across a road, do not drive through it.
And we've been dealing with some minor flooding here in the southern tier. Other parts of New York State have been hit much harder. So much so, Governor Cuomo has activated the New York State Flood Helpline to aid residents affected by widespread flooding. Callers can access important local contact info for the Red Cross and Salvation Army, as well as health and safety tips and other recovery needs, of course. The toll-free number is 1-888-769-7243.
The Schuyler County Sheriff's Office is issuing a boating advisory expected to last until next week. According to the Sheriff's Office, there is more debris in the lakes than usual due to the heavy rains. The rains have also caused some docks to be flooded, and boaters are responsible for any damage the wake from their boat may cause. Boaters are also reminded to keep the 5-mile-per-hour speed limit within 100 feet of any shoreline. Senator Schumer has a new plan for seniors that might save them thousands in medical bills. He stopped by Corning Hospital earlier today to talk about his change to the Medicare law.
The senator invited one local man who is a victim of what he calls unfair charges. WENY-HD's Kelly Meyer met with Mr. Brown and joined us live in the studio with the story. Kelly, it sounds like this man had a difficult journey.
Jennifer, Mr. Brown had a hard time paying off his medical bills after his wife passed. Now they're all taken care of, but Schumer's new plan could help others in situations like his.
There was quite a few nights I went to bed and I couldn't sleep. How am I going to get this money?
Mr. Brown's wife, Alice, had been in and out of hospitals, the medical bills piling up. She sadly just passed away this year and left Mr. Brown with thousands of dollars in debt. The bulk of the bills came from his wife's time in observation status. Medicare covers the first 48 hours. After that, it's up to the patient, which is exactly what happened to Alice.
As soon as we went in the door, we're not on Medicare.
Doctors were unsure of her condition. She spent 10 days in observation status, followed by further rehabilitation. Medicare won't cover the $10,000 in bills for the rehab facility. That's where Senator Chuck Schumer steps in.
And this is a time when seniors should be focused on recovery. To worry about the fact that they need rehab or they need medication, and Medicare won't pay the bills because they're exercising a loophole, is just devastating for people.
Schumer wants to allow time spent under observation status to count toward Medicare-covered services after hospital stays. He says these cases have been on the rise in recent years, costing American seniors thousands of dollars in medical bills. Schumer's plan would ensure that patients 65 and older are eligible for coverage for their rehab services, as long as they're in the hospital for 3 days.
When I'm 65, there'll be Medicare for me, and they'll take care of my medical bills. And with these kinds of loopholes, it's not happening. So I think it's wrong, and I want to change it.
Schumer's plan could help cases similar to Mr. Brown's. He hopes the proposal gets into the health care bill in September. Kelly Meyer, WENY HD News.
All right, well, thank you, Kelly. Ithaca police are looking to add a new member to the force, but they need a little help. The department wants to add a K-9 team, which it hasn't had for several years. They're trying to raise $50,000 for the dog, training, a handler, equipment, and a specialized vehicle. Police say a K-9 team will increase officer protection and help out with searches for missing people, along with high-risk situations like explosives, detection, and search warrants. To find out where you can send a donation, visit WENY.com and click on the story.
All right, coming up, an unmanned Russian rocket exploded in a ball of flames, then crashes just seconds after launch.
And later, one barbecue must have its day in honor. One barbecue little condiment. Oh, you can see it right up there. We'll have its day tomorrow. But first, here's a look at our Crystal City Sky Cam in Centerway Square. Joe's full forecast will be right after the break. You're watching WENY HD News at 11.